Hi everyone, welcome to lesson 4 of the Visual C Sharp. In this lesson, we're gonna discuss about decision making and relational operators. This section introduces a simple version of C Sharp if statement that allows an app to make decision based on the value of a condition. For example, the condition grade is greater than or equal to 60% determines whether a student pass a test or not. Um, in this lesson, we will compare integers using if statements, um, equality operator, and relational operator. So we only use system for this app. So using system, we can change the class name to comparison. Comparison and on main method we can write a statement to ask user to enter the first integers. Um, so prompt user and also user. So we're gonna ask user to input the first integers. So we say console dot write enter first integers. And we have to write code to read the first number entered by the user. So this will read the first number entered by the user. Oh, I forgot to put the bracket in there. And now enter second number. Enter second integers. And same thing, read second number entered by the user. So we're just gonna copy this and change number 1 to number 2. So this will read the second number entered by the user. after this we will use if statement. So now we're gonna use if statement to compare two numbers. So if, let's say, number one is equal to, when if you want to say number one is same as number two, you have to hit the is equal to twice. So number one is equal to number two enter console red line let's say number one is same as number two, or you can say number one is equal to number two, or whatever, whichever way you prefer to write. Now we're gonna use another if statement. If number one is not equal to, well, when you write not equal to in a C#, there this is how you write not equal to. So if number one is not equal to number two, then we'll say, we can just copy this, paste it here. Number one is not same as number two, and we're gonna use if statement again. If number one let's say is smaller, let's say smaller than number two, paste it here. We will say console line number one is smaller than number two. If number one is greater than number two, we'll say number one is greater than number two. So one more, let's do two more. let's say if number one is this will be greater. Let's say if number one is greater than or equal to number two, we'll say number one is greater than or equal to number two. If number one is less than or equal to number two, we'll say number one is less than or equal to number two. So this is the end of a comparison code we can do, and when we run this code, let's test it out. So let's say 10 for the first number. Just a second, I think I forgot something. Stop it. We need to write down a console read line. So our display can stay. Alright. So once you done writing the code, let's run and see if it works. So 10 for the first number. Let's say second number is 5. So 10 is not same as 5. 10 is greater than 5. Here, since the first number is greater than the second number, it will only execute this line, this statement, and it will only execute this statement because 10 is greater than 5, first number is greater than 5, and those two number will only apply to these two statements. If we input 10 for the first number and 10 for the second number, that statement will apply to first statement because it will be same as number 1 is same as number 2, and it will apply to this because it will be greater than or equal to number 2, and it also will apply to this because it will be less than or equal to number 2. So let's try that out. If we run the program and input 10 for the first number and 10 for the second number, sorry, I put 0. This will not work, so let me do it again. So when we run it and enter 10 for the first and 10 for the second, it will apply this statement and the very first one statement. So 10 is same as 10, 10 is greater than or equal to 10, 10 is less than or equal to 10. So that's it for the comparison. This is all for the lesson 4, decision making and relational operations. So if you guys have any other question about it, please make sure you write a comment, and I'll try to answer all your questions. And make sure you like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.